Welcome to the podcast Turn to Burn. We've got another good topic for you on today. Hey, I'm B Reezy, but before we got some special guests in the building, but before we get to the special guests, we want to talk about this is Women's Month, right? So, who is a better person to shout out than your mother?
For sure. Shout out my dude.
Without further ado, I want to shout out my mama. You know what I'm saying? A special lady. I would take your line, but that lady is my rib, my heart, my mind. You know, so I just want to shout you out. Hey, love you, mama. All right, so y'all want to shout y'all mama? What you say, Mama
shout
Ryan?
Out to Mama Ryan, you know what I'm saying?
Mama B Reezy.
Give a shout out to my mom, Duke Empress Iman, you know what I'm saying? She my spiritual guide.
Okay.
That pushed me out. So if y'all wondering where I get it from, that's where I get my skin. Feel me?
Okay.
Shout out to mama. You know,
dear mama.
That's the reason why I'm here. Honestly, I'm glad you had me because it was a choice. Everything that we do is a choice, and so I thank you for the love that you gave me and continue to.
Man,
felt that one.
I felt that too, man. It's a little tingly on the left side.
For real,
you know what I'm saying?
It's from the
it came from the heart. Feel that, okay.
Hey, but we got special guests in the building today. We're gonna let them introduce themselves. We'll start off with you, man.
Big Phil.
That's Big Phil.
Just Big Phil.
Big Phil.
Big Phil, all right.
Big Phil, yeah. And they call me Ra the Sun God. You know what I mean? Everybody who know me, I'm the Sun God.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Okay. Man, we got a bombing topic for y'all on today, y'all. So we're going to let Big Phil tell us the topic. What's the topic, man?
Poly. The definition, what is it? What it's about?
What our topic
and why is it important? Poly.
Ooh.
Poly. And that can go poly.
That's deep. That's deep. I mean, really, that's for real deep.
You go a lot of different ways.
A lot of different ways.
Yeah, man. So how we want to crank this thing up, man, y'all? So
experience. Who has it? Who has a poly experience?
You said we talking about poly today, right?
Poly.
All right, cool. All right, so what this word called polyamorous, I just recently started hearing about that word. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's new to me. I've probably been hearing about it for about a year
or two
or so now. But I hear people talking about the word start hitting for real around about 2017, around about that time. So what y'all know about that?
You want to speak on, or you want me to speak?
I want you to speak first. Well, and I'm gonna bleed off that. Well, let me just say, I did talk to a person who was poly.
Okay,
she was a female, and
wait a minute, you was in a relationship with her?
I was not.
Oh, okay.
She was.
When you say you talked to her, what you mean?
Well, she was a recent acquaintance.
Oh, okay.
And she was trying to tell me about her life, and I was like, well, what does that mean? And
okay.
So she started showing me pictures of the couple that she was
engaged with. Okay.
I mean, it was a sexual friendship thing, and it was understanding. Mm-hmm. And it was two girls and one guy. Pretty much. Mm. And they would call her up sometimes, and they would just do their thing. Mm. And she said, this is what we do.
Yeah.
And she loves it, and she started showing me all type of pictures of
what they do.
Pictures of how he would take pictures of them. Side by side, like, hey, and I was like, whoa.
But are you talking about like normal? Or you talking about sexual though?
It was sexual. It was no clothes, so I'm just assuming once the clothes come off, I mean, stuff happens. I mean,
right.
Okay.
Be human.
So when you say that she was in a relationship, she was in a willing relationship with all three parties.
That's the way she was describing it. And it was like, so that's poly? I was like, I had no idea. Like, I heard it, but I thought it was just like a popular word. I didn't know it was like a real thing that people do.
You know what? I've been finding out here lately, just trying to investigate the word. But they saying it's so much more deeper than sex now.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
It is. It always has been. Mm-hmm. That's why I asked them that. You notice that was my first question. Because, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you got what they consider poly these days, and then you got what polyamorous, not even polyamorous, but polyandry or polygyny or polygamy. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're dealing with poly just means many.
Okay.
All right. So you got more than one. That's why.
So let me ask you this. I mean, I know this may not be on this, but is it poly D? Is that a word? Poly
D?
Yeah.
Or you talking about polyandry?
I don't know. Maybe it's so many polys out there, but I thought
really it's the breakdown of the word. So like I said, poly, anytime you see poly, it means many. All right. And then when you see amorous, that means love. Amorous means love or more. Right. So that means you have more than one love or many loves.
Yeah.
Okay. When you talk about monogamy, they talk about monogamy because you have one partner. Mono means one.
Oh, okay.
So if you talk about polygamy, you got more than one partner. You know what I'm saying? So that can be a woman with two dudes. That can be a dude with more than one woman. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case might be. Now the most popular one, like you said, the trendy is a man and he might have 2 or 3 girlfriends or something like that.
Right.
And they all functional.
Honestly, that just sound like a pimp. Honestly. Okay. I mean, the old generation would be like, yeah, pimp.
Nah. That's funny you say that because that's how I got into it. Okay, so I started having thoughts. Like I said, we were talking off camera, I said when I turned 22, I changed, you know, start thinking about life different. So I was thinking, I was like, how is it that a pimp can have 4, 5, 6 women and they all pretty much get along and they're willing to sell their bodies, right? And then give the money to him. How is it that somebody living that type of lifestyle to that low, what we're seeing? Because I'm not just being judgmental, but that low of a detriment, but they'll give that money to him. But yet a man out here who's working hard, whatever, he's square living, legal and all of that, but his woman won't allow him to be with nobody else. I'm like, what is that? Because I understand like the esoterics of like the mirror effect. The mirror effect, what I mean is when you look at something, if you look in a mirror, it looks the exact same, but it's flipped backwards.
That reflection.
It's reflection.
Okay.
So if it can happen on this side, it can happen on this side. So if he can do this, I can do this. But how is it done? So I start thinking like, what is the mentality that we're missing that he's not missing? You see what I'm saying? So once I started thinking of that, the Most High hit me with some words one day. He was like, "You gonna have 3 wives." It was random. It was like my conscience speaking to me. Never had nobody tell me nothing about it. Then, so I was like, okay, I was thinking it. Then I had the Most High to speak this into my heart. Then my mom came. Shout out to Mama. You know what I'm saying? Some March Woman Appreciation in history. You dig? Mama was like, out of nowhere, I come downstairs. Mama was like, you know what? I was thinking, you'd be a good man to have more than one wife. Because a man like you, like you don't come often. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, Mom, that's crazy. 3 times is a charm. Because I was just thinking that. And you just came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So I say all that because I don't want to speak too long, but I say all that to say when polyamory, what they call it, polygamy is spoken about in the public, that's when you know they're trying to popularize something. They have a totally different agenda. When I was thinking about it, I was thinking about this guy is building, but he's building off of negativity. So what if we built off positivity? So the more research I start doing, I start realizing in ancient civilizations, all the way up into the Native Americans, they were polyamorous, as you could call it. You would have a man, and that man would be the defender over these women. Those women were allowed to go out and use their motherly wit to be prosperous. And he was protecting their whole interest, right? And these same women who had this vision to prosper, he's protecting them, and they're pushing out the babies. Okay.
So let me ask you this, because to my understanding, polyamorous, that is not a marriage, right?
No, it doesn't have to be. That's when.
Well, even if
that would be polygamy, right? Would it that?
Well, that's what I'm trying to find out.
Where you're actually, like, they call you a polygamist when you have more than one wife.
Really, marriage is a legal term. Marriage is marriage is merging. Marriage, merge. So it's like 2 things becoming one. So that's when the government decided, okay, we don't need you all to go out here having these secret relationships that we have no control over. How about y'all come up under us?
You hear that? Another system of control, man.
Facts. So, I mean, really, it's all about control. That's why they said that polygamy was illegal. To this day, it's illegal for a man or a woman to be married to more than one person at a time. Okay? The reason for that is like I was saying when I was thinking about the
Well,
pimping.
in foreign countries, it ain't. That's what they do.
I'm talking about in America. Where we stay.
Right.
It's all about taxes, man.
Okay.
Western civilization. We're influenced by Western civilization. Europeans, right? Okay, so when I started doing my research, I realized, okay, if a man has 3 women and they're all on the same page, I'm talking about now that's 4 people on the same page, right? Now let's say each one of them, I'm giving y'all a game right now, it's free game. Let's say each one of them has a job. Every week or every 2 weeks, they put in $300 into a pot. Okay? And all this $300 a piece. So that's $1,200 every week or every 2 weeks, right? And you do that for a month or you do that for a year. How much money do you have at the end of the year? And this is just what they put in the pot. This is not even how much money y'all are making as a collective. This is just money that's going to be to the side. Then if you take them same people and the women have certain goals, so they're prospering. Because if you think about a career is like based off of how many promotions you might get, things of that nature. But if you actually allow that woman to be like thinking in her actual womanhood, using her gifts and her skills and stuff like that, it's boundless. It's just based off of how many people know that she's able to do this. And if she doesn't have to really do anything, she can just take care of children. She can have the children. You can teach the children what to do. Children were the first form of slavery. You teach them what to do, and then they'll go out and do it. And they're young. See what I'm saying? So if you have 4 of these women, and then all of them have children, so now you got 12 children, right? Let's say 3 apiece. Whatever, 9 children. Okay, and you teaching them all what to do. And let's say that you taught them about wealth building. Let's say you taught them about entrepreneurship. Now you got 9 people, really 12 because there's 3 women that might be teaching them this. See what I'm saying? Then you're the 13th. Okay. That's too much power.
Right.
That's too much power for one man to have over a situation.
Right.
And, you know, I can think of the examples. Unfortunately, this one's not going to be a popular one. But, you know, the guy who went to prison with that, you know, thing on his forehead, you know, that's what he had.
Ooh, what guy?
That white guy. Can't think of his name. What is it?
I know what you're talking about.
Manson?
Okay.
Was it Manson?
Charles Manson.
Charles Manson,
okay.
yeah.
I know
He had a whole bunch of women, and he controlled their mind so well. Of course, you know, there were drugs involved, but and that was the exact relationship. You know, it was poly. And he controlled their mind so well that he was convicted of murder, even though he didn't kill anybody, because they did all the work for him. And that's the evil form. That's the evil form.
That's no different from a pimp sending the women out, go get the money and bring it back.
But ain't that amazing?
He's gotta go.
You can control their mind so much that they would actually murder because you said, I don't like him. They had, like, it was almost like they were the tool that was in his hand.
He put the purpose in their head. Like, pimping means put it in my pocket, I'm not going.
It's like
that's what pimping means. Literally.
So it's like he held the gun.
Oh man, whoa! I'm still hooked on. What you say pimping means?
Pimping means put it in my pocket. I'm not going. I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think. Okay, now alright, I'm gonna tell y'all.
Put it in my pocket. I'm not going.
I'm gonna get deep with y'all. I'm gonna get deep with y'all.
Man. Well, hold on before you even go into that, because I don't want to get too far off this. I mean, we
definitely on the topic.
We on the topic, but I want to because I know
focus on the relationships.
No. I know that you said that you're in a poly relationship, so right.
Yeah, well, anytime I'm not gonna lie to a woman. If I get with her, I gotta let her know I'm polygamous because I'm not gonna limit myself. Just because I'm not limiting myself.
Right.
So I had to let her know out top I don't limit myself.
Right, but I was trying to understand on how long have you been practicing? How long you been practicing that?
Yeah. Well, like time is relative. It's not
when I was 22.
So it's like I said, since I was 22, I knew everything every woman that I would meet, if she's gonna meet me, I'm gonna tell her who I am.
Okay.
So it's like I came to a realization of who I am, and I told her I tell them all.
Now you want me to ask you. Now I want to ask you how old you are. I want to ask how old you is, but I ain't gonna do that. Time okay. But okay, this was a decision that you made looking from somebody else's actions, right?
Nah, it all came from my mind. I'm just a thinker.
Right.
If another person can do something, I can do it. I used to want to be an astronaut till I decided, why would I want to be out in space and I can't decide when I come back? But if I would have stayed with it, I could have been.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like if a guy is pimping and he has all these women and they're bringing him the money back, I could too. But is that my heart intention? It's not. So it's like, what's my heart's intention? I love women. So it's like, what's the flip side to that? And if I'm good-hearted and I'm telling women, hey, I love you, but I also love this woman too and features of her. And she tells me, well, you can't be with me because of that. See, that's more of her trying to control me than me controlling her. See what I'm saying?
Because you're not saying she can't go and look at or be with like another man.
Because truth be told, I don't know what she is anyway.
Yeah.
You never know what a person is doing. You don't own anybody.
They all got the same amount of time of the day. You don't know what they're doing.
That was one of my points as far as commitment and trust and all this other stuff. Like, how do you deal with all that stuff?
People choose. People choose what they want to do. So it's like you have to allow, just like the Most High, He allows you to make your choices, but you got to live with your choice. So it's like the only reason why marriage is so praised and why we use it as a security is because we believe that once a person is married, there's certain guidelines you're supposed to follow, and if you don't follow those, the God is going to punish you.
That's kind of what we were talking about earlier about choice.
But I mean, now I want to stop you right there because the word does say, "Let each man have his own wife." You know what I'm saying? So, how do you feel about that?
With that.
For that situation, it said, let each man have his own wife. You know? Meaning one. You know what I'm saying? So it's not. I mean, how do you feel? I mean, but in this situation, is it polyamorous? It would be one more than.
I mean, you can call it polygyny more so.
Okay.
That would be the correct word.
Okay. So it'll be a couple of them. So how do you feel? Let's put it like this. In order to be married, I mean, okay, let me ask you this. Do you plan on being married one day?
I don't want to speak on nothing legal.
Okay.
That's legal stuff. Like if I had to go to the white man, ask for permission, then that's a whole nother when I have to do this. And I might not even be being honest when I do it. See what I'm saying? Because they're not honest in their intentions of wanting me to come to them in the first place. See what I'm saying?
It's almost like coercion.
It is coercion. It's like you got to do this, you have to do this.
You have to have this piece of paper in order to be recognized as a married couple.
Right. Like if I want to move to what they call it? Abu Dhabi or something like that, then I can't just be with a woman that's my friend. We can't be seen in public holding hands and things like that. So in the situation, you might have to, because it's a system. So
I'm not necessarily. I'm okay because marriage starts way before you sign on the dotted line. You know what I'm saying? It's basically a commitment to that particular woman who you saying that I'm committed to you.
I absolutely agree.
Having God within that midst of it. So what I'm saying is what if you want to get married one day? Is that an option for you at some point in time?
So like, would you change your lifestyle at that point? Like, would you abandon, the multiple women?
I mean, in all honesty, life is choice driven. So before I make a choice, if I'm a chess player, I'm not gonna move myself into a corner where I might get caught.
Figure it out first.
I have to use my senses. I'm not gonna make any decision that's gonna keep me limited, because that's a bad move. I'm a god, so it's like I have to think like a god. It's like, why would I make any decision that's gonna give somebody else power over me?
It sounds like, I might be wrong, but it sounds like there's never been that type of woman that he's met yet to challenge you in that way. Because I think everybody needs
meat challenges me in that way. That's the odd part.
I think everybody needs to find that same one who's on that same level. Is what I mean. Not necessarily come at you, but to give you that same sort of energy back. Like I wouldn't want a woman who was overly subservient. Like like bowing her head every time I come in the room. Some men want that. Like they're literally on the ground scrubbing the floor with a toothbrush. And it's like some men want that. Some men want someone who's gonna be standing by their side, not behind them. When they walk. So all depending on
But I think you're speaking on being equally yoked. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like somebody who fits your mold type thing.
Yes.
With me, I look at it more so as a respective of person. Okay. And this is what people don't talk about when they speak about polygamy and stuff like that. See, the reason why I knew it was real is if a woman has a child by another man, she's already in a polygamous relationship as soon as she starts another relationship. Because she can never get rid of her attachment to that man.
That other person is always going to be there.
And you have to have a relationship with that other person to a degree. Because if you're with her and around her child, you have a relationship with the child. Therefore, you are.
But wouldn't marriage give you that person that protection if they marry the person who they had the child with?
I mean, of course.
Because there's no other, third party involved at that point. So
I go back to what we were saying earlier. You don't know what people are doing when you're not around.
right.
All you know for a fact is that they've had sex before.
Mm-hmm. So have you ever trusted somebody then to believe just what they tell you on face value? If a woman says, "Hey, you're the only person I've been with and I want to have a child with you," would you believe them?
No. I don't believe anything except for the Most High. So when I say that, what I mean is a person can say anything. So once you tell me anything, once you say something, okay, that's all I expect. You do anything opposite of that, you just not a person of your word.
That is treating a person according to knowledge. The knowledge that you have.
Well, I actually get what he talking about. I understand exactly where he coming from.
Well, as far as never believing what someone tells you?
Well, but I guess my thing is that you don't put your trust all in man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I understand that because man will lie to you, he'll cheat on you, he'll do whatever the case may be.
But what if the person is being completely honest?
No, I'm just talking about on that particular level. But my thing is how can you even trust a polygamous relationship? Because it's so much stuff that come with it. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody could be on the outside doing something with these people or doing, we just talking about on a sexual point of view.
Same with monogamy.
Right. So exactly. So, but now you have put yourself at a greater risk because now you have 3 other partners that you have to worry about versus just that one. You know what I'm saying? It's
no different from a person having more than one income. It's no different from a person having more than one child. If you keep that mentality, only have one child. You see what I'm saying? It's like you have to know you're a God. A God is able to handle more than one thing. See what I'm saying? It's multiples.
Everything is based on multiples. To handle more than one thing.
It's a fact. It's like once you get responsibilities, it's your ability to be able to respond to different things. That's why it's responsibilities, not one responsibility. So the more that you're able to be a steward over, the more that the Most High is gonna give you. See what I'm saying?
It's just the potential for a lot of unwanted things to come into your body. Like that's what I see about
not just your body, your mind.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But that's the most powerful thing.
Yeah, but my body.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want it to come to my body neither.
What happened?
But like he said, it can happen in a monogamous relationship if they not on one accord and not committed. See, the problem is with all these different relationships, it's really not a commitment. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, I don't see poly. I see it as options. You know what I'm saying? That's what I look at it as. I look at it, okay, I don't want to settle down with you. I need options. So let me pick out some more on the side.
That's perspective.
Yeah,
that's perspective because you say, okay, I don't want to settle down with you. That's.
But I'm saying is that
I can understand from your perspective, but that's outside looking in. Who's saying that these people aren't committed to a certain purpose? This is what I'm saying. Everything is based off of a purpose. Everything serves a purpose. If I don't look at it like I own this person, so once I get with you, you're mine. And if I look at it like, look, I'm thankful that you're in my life and I'm in your life. So while we're on this journey together, let's journey. But at the same time, this is who I am. You got to know these things about me. And if they accept those things about you, and then they tell you, well, these are my conditions and things about me, such as they might have been molested as a child or raped in their life, or they might have children from a previous relationship, things like that, or like children, plural, you know what I'm saying? By multiple men or something, you know what I'm saying? It's like the things that you're willing to accept. And if you can take those things on, then what's the point of fear? Fear is false evidence appearing real. So it's like being paranoid about something that ain't necessarily happened. But when you think about things, you can manifest them. So if you want to think about the negative, then you can bring it into your life.
This guy got some real knowledge here, man.
If you think about negative things, you can bring them into your life. If you keep looking for something, you can find something. You know what I'm saying? So me, I don't take my time to put my energy into that. You know, unless it's necessary. Like if I see, like y'all saying, some funny style stuff going on, then I might be like, this is worthy of investigation. But most of the time, I'm keeping my faith in the Most High. So I'm like, hey, Most High gonna deal with that. If it's meant for me to know, He gonna bring it to my door. It happens all the time.
So moving what you was talking about earlier, because I do understand. I mean, that like this poly thing is new. I've been hearing about it floating around for the past year, real hard right now, and it's you got people in monogamous relationships that's sneaking in there, breaking their marriage. You know what I'm saying? Going in there, doing what they thing or whatever, but. To my perspective, I think I heard you say something about building and growing. So is this more so like a monetary or wealth building thing? Or?
It's really about nation building. Because like I was saying before, like, and it's not even a new thing. It's the propaganda is a new thing.
Right.
And I don't know I do know the reason. Now that I think about it, the reasoning for all the propaganda now is because they're trying to confuse the sexes. That's why you get the whole homosexuality. That's why you get the transgenderism.
Or they're taking sex out of it, period.
Well,
like,
no, they
like
put
there's
it in
like
there.
no look, like how they dress and how they look. Like like the woman is dressed like a boy or the boy is dressed like a woman. Like there's no
transgenderism.
Yeah,
and then you're gonna get to transhumanism, and then you're gonna get to people just having sex with robots. See, you have to get to levels of that. See what I'm saying? So the reason now that's totally.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
I know this off the subject.
We gotta pause
but do you think the world trying to come to that?
They are doing
more
it
women
now.
play with sex toys than actually
Sex toys.
being with men.
Wait a minute. Huh?
A sex toy is the robot. It's a device.
Yeah, it's a machine.
It's a Bluetooth friend. I can be on my phone and using her sex
But
toy.
ain't that we ain't gonna. I mean, I'm
Damn,
gonna
them sex
cut
toys
this.
are getting a little wild.
But ain't that a powerful trick of the enemy though?
That's my whole point. See, everything that they're doing is to lead us further away from who we truly are. Okay, the reason for monogamy is because white people, Europeans, have recessive genes, meaning they can't have children easily. Okay. As a matter of fact, and I think it's been going on since like 2010. They've been dying every year more than they've actually been being born.